The room was quiet, so quiet you could hear the clock tick. Fancy people in suits sat around a shiny glass table, their eyes sharp like hawks. The air smelled of coffee and expensive perfume. Before we begin the story, comment below where you're watching from. Enjoy the story. Please subscribe to my channel for more sweet videos like this. Let the story continue. Then, the door creaked open, and every head turned. Gasps filled the room. A girl stood there, her clothes torn, her face smeared with mud, and her hair dripping wet. Muddy water pooled at her feet, staining the perfect white carpet. She looked like she'd crawled out of a swamp. This was Lily, a poor girl from the edge of town. Her sneakers squished as she took a step forward. The people stared, some with disgust, others with shock. A man in a crisp suit sneered, "Who let her in?" A woman with red lipstick whispered, "Security, get her out." But Lily didn't move. Her eyes, bright and fierce, locked onto the man at the head of the table, Mr. Grayson, the millionaire CEO of Starlight Industries. Mr. Grayson leaned forward, his silver hair catching the light. His face was calm, not angry, not shocked. He raised a hand, silencing the room. "Let her speak," he said, his voice deep and steady. The others froze. Lily's heart pounded like a drum. She opened her mouth, but before she could say a word, Mr. Grayson stood up, his chair scraping the floor. "You're hired," he said. The room erupted in chaos. "What?" shouted the man in the suit. "She's filthy!" cried the woman with lipstick. Lily's knees shook. "Hired? Just like that? She hadn't even said her name." Her mind spun with questions, but Mr. Grayson's eyes held a secret, like he knew something no one else did. He smiled, just a little, and said, "Follow me." Where was he taking her? Why did he hire her? And what did he know about Lily that made him choose her over everyone else? The answers were locked behind his mysterious smile, and Lily was about to step into a world she never expected. Lily's story didn't start in that fancy office. It began in a tiny, broken-down house at the edge of Clovertown, where the streets were dusty and the air smelled of rain. Lily was 18, with no parents, no money, and a little brother, Tim, who was only 6. Their house had holes in the roof, and when it rained, water dripped onto the floor. Lily worked 3 jobs cleaning houses, washing dishes, and fixing bikes to keep Tim fed, but it was never enough. That morning, Lily woke up to Tim crying. "I'm hungry," he whimpered, clutching his stomach. The fridge was empty, and their last dollar was gone. Lily's heart broke. "I'll fix this," she promised, hugging him tight. She heard about a job at Starlight Industries, a huge company that made robots and flying cars. They were hiring for a special assistant to the CEO. The pay was enough to change her life, but the interview was today, and Lily had no nice clothes, no resume, and no time. She ran to the library, using their old computer to print a resume. It was simple, just her name and her job. As she hurried to the bus stop, a storm hit. Rain poured, and the wind howled. The bus was late, and Lily was soaked. Then, disaster struck. A car sped by, splashing muddy water all over her. She fell into a ditch, her clothes ruined, her resume a soggy mess. Tears stung her eyes, but she thought of Tim. "I can't give up," she whispered. Lily climbed out of the ditch and kept going. The bus finally came, but the driver smirked at her muddy clothes. "You're dripping," he said. Lily paid her last coins and sat alone, ignoring the stares. When she reached Starlight Industries, the building was like a palace glass walls, golden lights, and people in suits who looked like they owned the world. Lily felt small, but she squared her shoulders and walked inside. The receptionist laughed when Lily said she was there for the interview. "You? For the CEO's assistant?" But she pointed to the elevator. "Top floor. Good luck," she said, her voice dripping with sarcasm. Lily's stomach twisted, but she stepped into the elevator. The doors closed, and her reflection stared back a muddy, soaked girl who didn't belong. Yet, something burned inside her. She wasn't here to lose. When the elevator opened, Lily walked into the interview room, And that's when the gasps began. The fancy people judged her, mocked her, but Mr. Grayson's words, "You're hired," changed everything. Now, as she followed him out of the room, her mind raced. Was this a trick? A mistake? Or did Mr. Grayson see something in her that no one else did? They stopped at a huge wooden door. Mr. Grayson turned to her, his eyes serious. "Lily," he said, "this job isn't what you think." Her heart skipped a beat. How did he know her name? Before she could ask, he opened the door, revealing a room filled with glowing screens and strange machines. A loud beep echoed, and a robotic voice said, "Intruder detected!" What was this place? Why was Lily here? And what did Mr. Grayson mean? Lily froze as the robotic voice boomed. "Intruder detected." Red lights flashed, and the machines hummed louder. Mr. Grayson didn't flinch. He pressed a button on the wall, and the voice stopped. The lights turned soft blue. "Welcome, Lily," he said, as if nothing had happened. Her mouth was dry. How did he know her name? And what was this room? The room was like something from a movie. Screens covered the walls, showing maps, numbers, and videos of flying cars. A big metal table held a glowing cube that pulsed like a heartbeat. Lily's muddy shoes left prints on the shiny floor, and she felt out of place. Mr. Grayson walked to the cube and tapped it. "This," he said, "is the future of Starlight Industries, and you're part of it." Lily blinked. "Me? But I'm nobody. I'm just a poor girl who cleans houses." Mr. Grayson chuckled, his eyes warm. "You're not nobody, Lily. You're exactly who I need." Her head spun. She wanted to ask a million questions, but he raised a hand. "First, let's get you cleaned up. You can't work looking like that." He led her to a small room with a shower and clean clothes, a soft white shirt, and black pants that fit perfectly. Lily washed off the mud, her mind racing. Why was Mr. Grayson so kind? What did he want from her? When she stepped out, she felt new, but her worries didn't go away. She followed him back to the secret room, where he sat at the metal table. "Sit," he said. Lily did, her hands shaky. "Lily, I've been watching you for a long time," he said. Her eyes widened. "Watching me?" she asked, her voice small. He nodded. "Not in a creepy way. I have people who find special talents. You're brave, smart, and you never give up. That's why you're here." Lily's heart pounded. "But why me? There are so many fancy people out there." Mr. Grayson leaned closer. "Fancy people care about money and power. You care about others. That's rare." He pointed to the glowing cube. "This is Project Star. It's a machine that can change the world, make food for the hungry, clean water for the poor. But it's dangerous. Someone's trying to steal it." Lily gasped. "Steal it? Who?" Mr. Grayson's face darkened. "I don't know yet. That's why I need you. You'll be my assistant, but also my eyes and ears. You'll help me find the traitor." Lily's stomach flipped. A traitor? This was too big for her. She was just a girl who wanted to feed her brother. Before she could say anything, a loud knock came at the door. Mr. Grayson's eyes narrowed. "Stay here," he whispered. He opened the door, and the man in the crisp suit from the interview stormed in. His name tag said, "Mr. Vance." He glared at Lily. "Why is she here?" he demanded. "This is a mistake, Grayson." Mr. Grayson stayed calm. "She's my assistant, Vance. Deal with it." Mr. Vance's face turned red. "She's a nobody, a dirty kid from the slums. You're risking everything." Lily's cheeks burned, but she stayed quiet. Mr. Grayson stepped closer to Vance. "Leave. Now." Vance huffed and stormed out, slamming the door. Lily's heart raced. Was Mr. Vance the traitor? Mr. Grayson turned to her. "Don't trust anyone," he said. "Not even the people closest to me." He handed her a small device, like a watch. "This will keep you safe. Wear it always." Lily put it on, her fingers trembling. The watch beeped softly, and a tiny screen showed her name. That night, Lily went home to Tim. She told him about the job, and his eyes lit up. We're gonna be okay? He asked. Lily hugged him. I hope so. But as she lay in bed, she couldn't sleep. Mr. Grayson's words echoed, "Don't trust anyone." The watch on her wrist glowed faintly. What was it really for? And who was watching her now? The next morning, Lily returned to Starlight Industries. As she walked through the glass doors, someone grabbed her arm. It was the woman with red lipstick from the interview. Her smile was cold. You don't belong here, she hissed. Leave, or you'll regret it. Before Lily could respond, the woman slipped something into her pocket and vanished into the crowd. Lily reached into her pocket and pulled out a small note. Her hands shook as she read it. Quit now, or Tim pays the price. Her blood ran cold. Someone knew about her brother. Someone was threatening her. Who was it? And what had Lily gotten herself into? Lily's heart pounded as she stared at the note. Quit now, or Tim pays the price. Her hand shook so hard she almost dropped it. The busy lobby of Starlight Industries buzzed around her, but everything felt far away. Who wrote this? How did they know about Tim? She stuffed the note back in her pocket and looked around. The woman with red lipstick was gone, but Lily felt eyes watching her. She wanted to run home to Tim to make sure he was safe, but she had to stay. This job was their only chance. She took a deep breath and headed to the elevator, her mind racing. The watch, Mr. Probla.only Thames.ol and Grayson gave her beep softly, and the tiny screen flashed. Report to level 7. Lily pressed the button for the 7th floor, her stomach twisting. What was waiting for her? The elevator opened to a long hallway with locked doors. At the end was a room marked Project Star. Mr. Grayson was inside, standing by a huge screen. He smiled when he saw her. Good, you're here, he said. We have work to do. Lily wanted to tell him about the note, but his words from yesterday stopped her. Don't trust anyone. Did that include him? Mr. Grayson showed her the glowing cube again. Project Star is almost ready, he said. But someone's been hacking our systems. They want to steal the plans. He pointed to the screen, which showed lines of code and a red warning. Security breach detected. Lily's eyes widened. Can I help? She asked. She wasn't a computer expert, but she was good at solving problems. Mr. Grayson nodded. You'll watch the team. Listen to what they say. Look for anything strange. He gave her a badge that said, Assistant to the CEO. It felt heavy in her hand, like it carried a big responsibility. Start with the tech team on level 5, he said. But be careful, Lily. The traitor is close. As she left the room, her pocket felt heavy with the note. She didn't know who to trust. On level 5, the tech team worked at computers, their faces lit by blue screens. A young man with glasses, named Sam, waved her over. You're the new assistant? He asked, smiling. Cool. Want to see something awesome? He showed her a robot arm that could pick up tiny objects. Lily smiled, but her mind was on the note. Was Sam too friendly? Was he hiding something? At lunch, Lily sat alone in the cafeteria. She pulled out the note and read it again. Her heart ached for Tim. She called home, and he answered, his voice cheerful. I'm okay, Lily. I'm drawing a robot. She sighed with relief, but the fear didn't go away. As she hung up, Mr. Vance, the man from the interview, sat across from her. His eyes were cold. You're in over your head, kid, he said. This place isn't for you. Lily's throat tightened. Why do you hate me? She asked. Vance leaned closer. I don't hate you. I just know you'll fail. And when you do, it'll hurt everyone. He stood and walked away, leaving Lily shaking. Was he the one who wrote the note? Or was he warning her about someone else? That afternoon, Lily noticed something odd. One of the tech team members, a quiet woman named Clara, kept looking at her. When Lily passed Clara's desk, she saw a photo of a boy who looked like Tim. Her heart stopped. Was Clara the threat? Lily's watch beeped, and the screen said, Meet me now, level 7. She hurried to Mr. Grayson, her mind a mess. In the Project Star room, Mr. Grayson looked worried. "We found a clue," he said. He showed her a video of someone sneaking into the lab at night. The person wore a hood, but their badge flashed Starlight Industries. "The traitor works here," Mr. Grayson said, "and they're getting bolder." Lily's mouth went dry. She opened her mouth to tell him about the note, but a loud alarm blared. "Lock down!" shouted a voice over the speakers. The doors slammed shut, and the lights flickered. Mr. Grayson grabbed Lily's arm. "Stay close," he said. They ran to a hidden door behind the cube. It led to a dark staircase. As they climbed down, Lily heard footsteps behind them. Someone was following. Her watch glowed, and a new message appeared. Run. Who was chasing them? Was the traitor in the building right now? And what would happen to Tim if Lily didn't stop them? The staircase was dark, and the air was cold. Lily's heart pounded as she followed Mr. Grayson, his flashlight bouncing off the walls. The footsteps behind them grew louder, closer. "Faster!" Mr. Grayson whispered. Lily's watch beeped, the word "run" flashing on the screen. Her legs burned, but she kept going. Who was chasing them? And why? They reached a heavy metal door. Mr. Grayson punched in a code, and it creaked open. They slipped inside, and he locked it behind them. The room was small, filled with old computers and dusty boxes. "We're safe for now," he said, catching his breath. Lily's chest heaved. "Who was that?" she asked. Mr. Grayson's face was grim. "The traitor. They know we're close to finding them." Lily's mind raced. The note, the photo on Clara's desk, Mr. Vance's warning, everything felt connected, but she didn't know how. She pulled out the note and showed it to Mr. Vance's. "Grayson. Someone threatened my brother," she said, her voice shaking. His eyes widened. "When did you get this?" he asked. "This morning," she said. "I think it was the woman with red lipstick." Mr. Grayson's jaw tightened. "That's Miss Harper, my head of security. If she's involved, this is worse than I thought." He paced the room, thinking, "Lily, you're in danger. But you're also the key. The traitor doesn't expect you to be smart. That's our advantage." Lily nodded, but her stomach twisted. She was scared, but she couldn't let Tim down. Mr. Grayson opened a box and pulled out a small device like a pen. "This is a signal jammer," he said. "If the traitor is using tech to track us, this will stop them. Keep it with you." Lily took it, her hands steadying. She wasn't just a poor girl anymore. She was part of something bigger. They left the room and headed back to level 7, but the building was different now. The lockdown was over, but people whispered in the halls. Lily saw Sam, the tech guy, talking to Clara. They stopped when they saw her. Were they plotting? Or was Lily imagining things? Her watch beeped again. "Check the lab." She showed it to Mr. Grayson, and they hurried to the Project Star room. Inside, the glowing cube was gone. Mr. Grayson's face went pale. "They took it," he whispered. Lily's heart sank. Project Star was supposed to help people like her and Tim. Now it was in the hands of a traitor. Mr. Grayson checked the security cameras, but the footage was erased. "They're one step ahead," he said, but not for long. He gave Lily a new task, to search Miss Harper's office for clues. It was risky, but Lily agreed. She sneaked to level 6, where Miss Harper's office was. The door was locked, but Lily used a hairpin to pick it, something she'd learned fixing bikes. Inside, she found papers, a computer, and a locked drawer. She opened the drawer and gasped. There was a photo of her and Tim, taken outside their house. Her blood ran cold. Someone had been watching them for a long time. She grabbed the photo and a USB drive from the drawer, then heard footsteps. Ms. Harper's voice echoed outside. "Find that girl," she said. Lily hid under the desk, her heart pounding. The door opened, and Miss Harper walked in. Lily held her breath, clutching the USB drive. If she got caught, it was over. Ms. Harper's heels clicked closer. Lily's watch beeped softly, and she silenced it just in time. Harper stopped, inches from the desk. "I know you're here," she said. her voice icy. Lily's heart stopped. Has she been caught? Lily held her breath under the desk, her heart pounding like a drum. Miss Harper's heels clicked closer, then stopped. I know you're here, she said again, her voice sharp. Lily clutched the USB drive and the photo, her mind racing. If Miss Harper found her, what would happen to Tim? The watch on her wrist glowed faintly, but she didn't dare look at it. Every second felt like forever. Then a phone rang. Miss Harper cursed under her breath and answered it. What? No, I'm busy, she snapped. Her voice moved away and the door slammed shut. Lily waited, counting to 10, then crawled out. Her legs shook, but she couldn't stop now. She stuffed the photo and USB drive in her pocket and slipped out of the office, her heart still racing. She ran to level 7, where Mr. Grayson was waiting. His eyes widened when he saw her. Lily, you're okay, he said. She handed him the USB drive and photo, her hands trembling. Miss Harper's been watching me and Tim, she said. She's the traitor, isn't she? Mr. Grayson's face darkened as he looked at the photo. Maybe, he said. Let's see what's on this drive. He plugged the USB into a computer, and files popped up. There were emails, plans, and a map of the building. One email was from Ms. Harper to someone named Shadow. It said, "The cube is ready. Move tonight." Mr. Grayson's jaw tightened. She's working with someone outside the company, he said. But we need proof it's her. Lily's mind spun. What about the photo? She's been spying on us. Mr. Grayson nodded. It's a start, but we need to catch her with the cube. He checked his watch. The traitor's moving tonight. We'll set a trap. Lily's stomach flipped. A trap? This was getting scarier, but she thought of Tim's hungry face. She had to keep going. Mr. Grayson called a meeting with the tech team, including Sam and Clara. He didn't mention the cube, but he watched everyone closely. Lily stood by his side, her badge shining. Ms. Harper was there, her red lipstick bright, her eyes cold. She smiled at Lily, but it wasn't friendly. Nice to see you, dear, she said. Lily's skin crawled. Did Ms. Harper know she'd been in her office? After the meeting, Mr. Grayson whispered to Lily, Tonight, we hide in the lab. When the traitor comes for the cube, we'll catch them. Lily nodded, but her heart was heavy. What if it went wrong? She called Tim to make sure he was safe. I'm okay, he said, but his voice was quiet. When are you coming home? Lily's throat tightened. Soon, she promised. That night, Lily and Mr. Grayson hid in the Project Star room. The cube was back on the table, but it was a fake aid coy to trick the traitor. They crouched behind a machine, the room dark except for the cube's soft glow. Lily's watch was silent, but her nerves were loud. Hours passed, and her eyes grew heavy. Then, a click. The door opened. A figure in a hood slipped inside. Lily's heart raced. The figure grabbed the cube and turned to leave, but Mr. Grayson jumped out. Stop! He shouted. The figure froze, then threw the cube at him and ran. Lily chased after them, her legs pumping. The figure was fast, but Lily was faster. She tackled them in the hallway, and the hood fell back. It was Clara, the quiet tech woman. Lily gasped. You? Clara's eyes were wide with fear. I didn't want to, she cried. They made me. Mr. Grayson caught up, his face grim. Who's they? He demanded. Clara sobbed. Miss Harper and Shadow. They threatened my son. Lily's heart twisted. Clara's son looked like Tim in the photo. Was she a victim too? Before Clara could say more, an alarm blared. Miss Harper's voice came over the speakers. Lockdown! Intruders in the lab! Lily's blood ran cold. Harper knew they were here. Mr. Grayson grabbed Lily's arm. We need to move, he said. They ran, dragging Clara with them, but the lights flickered and doors slammed shut. They were trapped. Lily's watch beeped and a message flashed. Exit blocked. Find another way. Her heart pounded. Miss Harper was coming, and Shadow was out there somewhere. The cube was still missing, and Clara's words echoed, "They threatened my son." Lily thought of Tim, alone at home. She had to end this, but how? As they hid in a storage room, footsteps echoed outside. Miss Harper's voice was close. "Lily, come out," she called, her tone sweet but deadly. "You can't hide forever." Lily's hands shook, but she gripped the signal jammer Mr. Grayson gave her. Maybe it could help. But time was running out, and the truth was bigger than she ever imagined. The story ends here, with Lily, Mr. Grayson, and Clara trapped, Miss Harper closing in, and the mystery of Shadow unsolved. The fake cube, the threats, and the glowing watch all point to a bigger plan. But Lily's courage and quick thinking have brought her this far. Will she save Tim, stop the traitor, and protect Project Star? The answers wait in the shadows, ready to change everything.